Hey guys, this is the 10th devlog. We've just hit over 100 subscribers and I thought this would be a perfect time to just go over the past year, how much progress I've made on Shield Maidens and what I've learned in Unity. I've been working full time as a web developer for over 2 years. A year ago I thought, what else can I do with coding? I found Unity and all the cool stuff that you can do with it. I just decided to take the dive and start working on my game. I chose Unity because I thought C# is a really great language to work with. Coming from a .NET background, I thought I could just put those skills I've already learned to use. What I didn't anticipate was how difficult it would be and time consuming to learn how to draw, especially drawing game assets. So even though I had the coding experience, time was kind of being given in one hand and taken with the other. There's so many amazing assets on the Unity store, and going forward I'm definitely going to approach it more often. The time that I've spent developing and learning has been about 1 or 2 hours a night, mostly on weekdays after work. That is 5 times a week, 4 times a month, 40 hours, possibly even more. You can get surprisingly quite a bit done in that time. But don't get me wrong, I've made a lot of mistakes, I've done a lot of trial and error, had a lot of lessons learned. It is my first project in Unity, but it's not my only one. I do have another video which is on procedural generation, and another app that I did near the beginning was a mobile app for augmented reality. One thing that I used to get caught up doing quite a bit was analysing how much I've achieved in as little time as possible, and I really advise against that. Rather instead, try and learn the basics and the foundations as much as possible. Even for drawing, for example, there's so much to learn. There's anatomy, depth perception. Is this art style going to fit with my game? Even with coding, which can sometimes make you feel like you've built something quickly and shareable, but underneath it's spaghetti code, not scalable in the slightest. So I would say don't worry about the rate that you're creating things. Just try and learn something new every day, and if not that, then just reinforce the synapses in your brain that are already there so you can work more efficiently going forward. YouTube's been a pretty big distraction too, but honestly, at the same time, it's pretty good motivation. I've met some really cool people so far that have joined my Discord. Some have even played my game and given me feedback to help me improve on it. And every devlog has been a case of trying out something new, sharing what I've learned from that. If you asked me a year ago, what would my game look like today? I'd have no idea. But while we're on the subject of YouTube, remember to like and subscribe. For those that haven't seen the devlogs yet, Shield Maidens is a randomly generated endless runner type genre, but you do have a base which is your settlement, and these allow players to spend the gold that they've earned from pillages to buy buildings, upgrades, potions, and soon much more. There's currently a player home which I do plan to let players enter. There's a blacksmith, an apothecary, and soon a war room which will let you see your stats and elite bosses that you've defeated. Or maybe I'll tie that in with the player home. The main story concept is that you're new to these lands and you only have your shield to fight and protect yourself with. So you can block arrows, you can dash past enemies, and you can throw your shield to fight back. I've used Critter to draw and animate. I've used my old student copy of Ableton to compose music. What I've been doing recently is adding sound to the game. I could make a whole video about this. I did start by using old packs that I used to make drum patterns with, and it sounded a little bit clunky. I did cave, bought a couple sound variety packs from the asset store. This was the fantasy interface, ambience, and magic spells. The strangest thing I've found is that if you add sound to one thing, all of a sudden my brain starts expecting a sound from everything. So for example, when I throw a shield and it hits an enemy, you can hear the impact, but if that shield bounces off a wall or the floor, there's no sound, which makes absolutely no sense. So it really does stand out if you leave gaps in your audio. Another thing that made a surprising difference was interaction animations. When I pick up a potion and I hear a sound, I'm like, cool, something happened there. When a +1 potion image floats above my head, it's those little indicators that really add to the game feel. So naturally, I've done this for all potions, coins, even did a little light up animation for when the player consumes a potion. There's still plenty of stuff that I want to add to the game, and if you want to follow along or get involved, my Discord is open to everyone. You can even share some stuff that you've been working on too. There's actually already an awesome bunch of people in there sharing what they've been doing, offering each other advice, so I'll make sure to put a link to that below. Finally, I'm really trying to get an alpha version of Shield Maidens out, 0.5 before the end of this year. I've got a couple more things to add and polish. If you want to see what I get up to or what's next, make sure you like and subscribe.